kesi ya Mheshimiwa Fatuma Dullo ni moja imeongezeka katika ile list ya uhalifu unaoendelea wa kina mama. Uhalifu ambao kwamba ni wa dhulma za kijinsia kwa kina mama, dhulma za kufanya kina mama waogope kuingia katika siasa na kuongea maoni yao kikamilifu. Mheshimiwa Spika, tunataka hii seneti ichukue hatua kali kwa governor kama yule kwa kufanya kitendo kama kile, kumkashifu mheshimiwa mwenzake hadharani bila sababu, kwa sababu Fatuma hajamkosea, alikuwa anafanya kazi yake ya seneti, kwa kumuita hapa kuja kuulizwa maswali kuhusiana na majukumu yake ya Isiolo. Lakini kwa sababu yeye ni mtu ambaye kwamba anataka kuficha madhambi yake nyuma ya mheshimiwa Fatuma, ndio sababu anaweza kumdhulumu na kumkosea kwa matusi ambayo hayawezi kueleweka. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, tuna condemn na tunapinga dhulma hizi za kijinsia zinazoendelea kwa kina mama, hususan wamama ambao wako katika mirengo ya kisiasa. Tunapinga na tunakataa na tunamuaibisha huyo governor wa Isiolo kwa yale mambo ambayo mnayafanya. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Hebu tumsikie huyu mzee wa Kericho aseme nini. Senator Cheriot Halut.
Mr. Speaker, any leader who watched the utterances of Governor Guyo was terribly embarrassed and felt ashamed to be called a colleague leader, because when young people watch such utterances, Mr. Speaker, they think that that is a norm. Mr. Speaker, if that was not sexual violence against Senator Fatuma Dullo, then I don't know what sexual violence is. Mr. Speaker, those utterances are a complete, Mr. Speaker, I lack even the words to properly express myself, because as a leader and somebody who understands the difficulty in executing the work of a senator, Mr. Speaker, I felt very embarrassed. And I felt bad on behalf of Senator Dullo, because I know that this is a senator just going about her business. And many times governors do not appreciate how difficult it is, because when bad things happen in our county governments, many times citizens look up to you as a senator to speak on their behalf and questions when things go wrong. Unfortunately, that on many occasions is misconstrued to mean that you have any personal vendetta against an individual who's serving as a governor. That's the nature of our constitutional duty. It is our work to be the eyes and the voice of the people. And that is all that Senator Fatuma Dullo has done. Therefore, I want to challenge Senator Fatuma Dullo to file a formal complaint with the EACC, because this is an ethics issue, Mr. Speaker. This is a leader who's behaving unethically. It goes against the provisions of Leadership and Integrity Act, Mr. Speaker, and the behavior of public officers. Because young people watch, I'm sure they were part of those celebrations, and when they now look at a widow like Fatuma Dullo, they imagine that that is the kind of leadership that we have as a country. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I join those that are condemning the utterances of Governor Guyo, Mr. Speaker, and urge or ask the people of Isiolo, when you look at such utterances being made against a woman leader from your county, do you feel proud? Are you happy that that is the kind of leadership that your county has? It's unfortunate, it is wrong, and something that I condemn with the strongest term possible. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wabua Enoch.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to also stand in solidarity with our colleague, Senator Dullo, who has suffered a sexist attack from a fellow leader in the same county. Mr. Speaker, I want this House to take note of the fact that when sometimes last year, the CPAC committee led by Senator Kajwang visited Isiolo, certain things happened that were untoward, and those things were directly attributable to the governor. The Speaker, to be remembered again, not many months ago, there was a presidential visit in Isiolo. Again, certain things happened that were unbecoming of a leader of the stature of a governor in the visit of a president in his county. The Speaker, the latest attack, direct attack on Senator Dullo is not just an attack on Dullo as a person, is an attack on women leadership in this country. To some extent, it is an attack on this house. The Speaker, what bothers me most is that this attack is coming at a time that the Senate is grappling with the issue of the formula for sharing revenue to counties. Senator Dullo, our colleague, who is one of the highest ranking members of this house, coming from a small county called Isiolo, is taking the lead in persuading our colleagues to give more money to Isiolo so that the county, Mr. Speaker, can be viable. And here is a leader who is trying to fight for our county to send money to a governor who is attacking her on the basis of sex, Mr. Speaker, or gender. Mr. Speaker, I want this House to perhaps think through how to deal with the governor of Isiolo. And the starting point would be maybe for the senator from Isiolo to invoke Standing Order 110. We begin there, so that we do an adjournment and just have a conversation about the governor of Isiolo and how we are going to deal with him as senators, because as I said, an attack on Dullo is an attack on all of us. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
As we conclude, Senator Ezena de Maletian.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I rise to add my voice to the statement by Senator Dullo, a woman whom I truly admire and respect, from a minority pastoralist community and a trailblazer in the leadership and political spaces in this country. That is to say, we are very proud of her as pastoralist women. Mr. Speaker, what the governor of Isiolo did is something that will amount to is a criminal offense that can amount to an impeachment. The governor has violated the Chapter 6 of Leadership and Integrity, on leadership and integrity. And I had the privilege to work with the EACC. And I implored the women of Isiolo County to come out and write an impeachment against this governor. If we have female MCAs in Isiolo County, they should know that the Swahili people say, when you see your friend's head being shaved, you are next. They should know that this is an attack on the women of Kenya, an attack on the pastoralist women, an attack on this house. And Mr. Speaker, I am very hurt that I indeed see a whole public officer making such reckless remarks, regardless of the fact that he has children, he has a mother, he has a wife, and sisters. How does this man sleep at night? Mr. Speaker, this is what has normalized sexual harassment and cyberbullying, always making women the objects of sexism in this country. And it's disrespect to the women leadership. And Mr. Speaker, I just want to urge those Kenyans who are also involved in this, that you better have facts of what you say about people. I have personally borne the brunt of this nonsense being peddled online. Mr. Speaker, we want to assure you and every other Kenyan that as women and as the Vice Chair of Kenya Women Senators, that we are not in these political spaces to sell ice cream. We are going to fight because we belong to these spaces and nobody will intimidate us. Mr. Speaker, there is a purpose and reason why they call things private. When you hear of a private land, no trespass. Private parts, no trespass. Nobody has the right to dictate how somebody utilizes anything that is private to them. And let this be known across the whole country that we are not here, we are not apologetic about being in these spaces. And the target has always been on the strong women, on women of integrity. They should look at our history and how we got here. We got here because we did not compromise on integrity. And as a pastoralist woman from Baragoi, I am ready to take anybody who brings that nonsense to me head on. And I urge my big sister Fatuma Dullo.
Senator Robahali Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And as a senator coming from the region, what happened? As a senator coming from the region, this is the most, and as an elder, it is a very embarrassing statement that even when I watched it, I couldn't watch it to conclusion. I started asking myself, this is a leader demonstrating behavior unbecoming of a leader of the stature of a governor of a county. It's an embarrassment to the society that we come from. You know, for that leader to be able to stand and start speaking, you know, in statements that I cannot utter myself against a leader with, who has earned her position in society from becoming, a provincial administration person, work that is cut out for men and excelled in it, become a lawyer and go through elective position in our region where you cannot even find women who can go for elective position to be elected into office. And to stand as a young man, start making statements that are un-African, statements that are un-Islamic, and is a leader of the entire county in an attempt to try and get some political mileage out of it. Mr. Speaker, sir, that is the most embarrassing, the most derogatory statement that can come out of a governor of a county, and a governor of a county who is a Muslim by faith, to be able to make such a statement. Because, and Mr. Speaker, you know, and I can just go to direct translation. In Islam, we say, haya ni katika imani, na haya haileti ila kheri. You cannot afford to speak in demeaning ways, and you are leader of a county. People look up to you as a governor. People look up to your demeanor. Forget about what comes out of your mouth as a governor. People look up to you as a leader to be able to provide hope. You cannot be going to Baraza to start responding to a female leader and start making a statement that cannot even in society be accepted unless you are uncouth, uncultured, barbaric, and you lack the societal norms that where we belong to. For you to be able to understand there are limitations that are imposed by society. There are limitations in behavior. We all get angered, but we cannot express some issues in public. We have to be limited, by the inbuilt realities of the society we belong to. Mr. Speaker, sir, I, condemn with the strongest words possible what the governor of Isiolo County has really uttered towards our honorable senator, who is very...
Yes, honorable senators, I understand the interest on this matter, but we have to conclude with the now Kiwosa chair, Senator Minda Kibwana.